You're listening to the All Elite Podcast, your favorite AEW fan podcast for in-depth analysis and discussions about the #1 growing brand in professional wrestling today, All Elite Wrestling. This podcast is broadcasted live on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch on behalf of the No Holds Barred Network. The network is your source for wrestling interviews and podcast content featuring independent wrestling and AEW. Also, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So sit back, relax, and interact in the live chat. Enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the All Elite Podcast right here on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all wrestling podcast content and more. I am your host, as always. I am your Canadian Prince. I am the self-proclaimed greatest host. My name is Kyle Masters, and I'm always joined on the podcast by my co-host. She is, list up please, the EVP Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Lady of the Light Tubes, and the Queen of the Indies herself. I got every nickname right this time. That's Tiffany.
What's up?
Hi, Tiffany. And thank you. You know what you have to do with that sign? We're going to get that sign, and we got to, add some art to it. Got to get it colored. Maybe some nice paper. Not a lined shitty paper. We look cheap with a lined piece of paper. I'm just saying. But, we got to ramp it up. Oh, you got hearts on there. There we go. I mean, we need that Dunder Mifflin paper. That's what we need. We need that. Yeah. Oh, look who it is.
You should be here. It's been too long. Hi, Fat Pharaoh. How you doing?
That is Fat Pharaoh. For everyone that doesn't know, that is our podcast mascot. Is Fat Pharaoh with a PH, and he is back making a return to a very unusual podcast. This is like the second podcast you guys are getting in 2 days, but only for this week only, because after today, we are officially moving over to Sunday nights with the All Elite Podcast. We're just doing it this week. We did Dynamite yesterday. We're going to talk about Rampage tonight. Did a special layout for today as well. We're going to briefly talk about it. It's going to be a shorter podcast than yesterday's podcast. There's not really much news to talk about, and we're really just talking about Rampage and what happened tonight. And I think it was a really good episode of Rampage right off the bat. For their debut of Rampage, that was cool. I mean, that was a quick hour of wrestling. We got a lot of cool stuff within that hour. I think they fit it all quite nicely, and I think it flowed really good, right off the bat. My initial thoughts, I was very impressed.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I think an hour was perfect, no overkill, because it is late, right? And, there are those people that are watching WWE or they're watching the indies, because I was watching a little bit before the fact, and an hour's good. An hour with all the AEW stuff that we get throughout the week, and then we get another week. But Kyle, the clips that were going on Twitter about who was on Dark this week. So we had Masha and we had Lee, and I'm like, oh my God, me and Bill were chatting in the DMs. I can't wait to see more people in the indies that are top tier in the indies right now that I wouldn't mind being signed. Masha would be huge for the women's division. So
I guess the people there in Pittsburgh, they got an hour treat before the show because they got to go in for 9 o'clock, and from 9 to 10 they were able to get some Dark tapings in, so that was pretty cool, and they got to witness all that. So I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. So from now on, when they're not double taped on Wednesdays, the Friday shows will be hour before for Dark, and then the show at 10 o'clock. But yeah, it was. I thought it was a really good episode. But yeah, everyone in the live chat that are watching us right now, if you're here for the first time, welcome. This is the All Elite Podcast, where myself and Tiffany usually talk about everything in that AEW world. We usually do it on one night per week. We're just doing double nights this week because it's the debut of Rampage. We got you covered, though, in our regular episodes of All Elite Podcast. We talk about BTE, Dark, Elevation, now Rampage, Dynamite. Everything is covered onto one podcast. So after today, we'll be back on the 22nd of August with our first Sunday episode of the All Elite Podcast, covering everything in the week of AEW. Will be Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on live on YouTube. After that, You guys can enjoy the episode on audio. We're available on audio on the No Holds Barred Network, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Google Podcasts. Wherever you're getting your podcasts, search up the No Holds Barred Network. You will get this podcast right here in audio form. And if you're coming back to watch on YouTube, thank you very much. Hit the like button for us. Do us a favor. It's free to hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel. That helps us in the YouTube algorithm side of things. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star rating and a comment what you guys think of the podcast, and the network itself helps us in the chartable side of things as well. So thank you to everyone who are tuning in the live chat right now. I can see all you guys there. Thank you. You guys are all going crazy. This is a good episode. I see a lot of hype for Rampage tonight. A lot of hype.
Yeah. And it should be, because it was their first episode. So it should have been hype.
And they did such a good job. They opened up with the Kenny and Christian match. They followed it up with the Miro and Fuego thing, which was cool. And we knew it wasn't going to be like a big match. And there was that cool moment after. And then they ended off with, Britt's homecoming match in Pittsburgh. I was actually in a game event in the YouTube chat there, where I was actually watching with him and Jackie. And I was sitting there going, man, could you imagine if Britt never won the world title and this is where they made her win the world title?
It would have been huge.
The reaction... That building it probably would have been as big as the CM Punk one we're gonna get a week from now, because they teased again CM Punk thing. You see that over the top commercial for Rampage next week? I'm like, it's basically Andrew Zarian this week confirmed it yesterday that it's basically 100% that he's gonna be there. So, it's gonna be a big episode next Friday. It's gonna be huge. They did the whole Darby in the ceiling thing with Sting. That was a cool moment.
There's just so much going on.
They look so good in that ceiling.
Yeah. I love how that they were going like back and forth, showing like who was outside. You had Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander.
What was that about? Why was Orange Cassidy? I was like, is he going to get into this segment? And he's just sitting there in the back.
That's kind of cool, because I think also we got very used to during the pandemic as well, is that we were seeing wrestlers in the front too. And it's another way to like that. But we were getting that even before the fact that randomly we see wrestlers in the front row through before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but it was such a cool night, and like we'll talk about the opening match. Like, sick way to open it. You're opening up with something that's never been done before. So the Impact World Title's never been defended, let alone changed hands in another company before. That's insane. So sorry, it has been defended in another company. I mean, it hasn't changed hands in another company before. So that was a big milestone right there. But you open up your first match. Now, this is in history. This is written down. When they're going to look back at Rampage, what was the first Rampage match? It was Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage for the Impact World Title, where Christian beat Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Like,
it made sense. Like, at first, like when I instantly thought about it, I was like, why are we getting the title match right off the bat? But then I was like, okay, it makes complete sense. It's the first match. It's huge. Like, you got to do big with that first match.
The crowd went the pop.
The crowd was fired today. Like, oh my God.
For an hour show, this makes me excited to watch Dark next week, because they are probably losing their shit on AEW Dark. Apparently, your boy there you mentioned not too long ago, apparently he got a really big reaction on Dark. So, like, I can't wait to watch Dark next week.
Lee or Yuta? Because, like, Yuta was really there, too. Lee.
Maybe it wasn't. It was a guy. It was a guy wrestler. I remember Sean Ross it was it Lee? Okay, so Sean. Yeah. So apparently he mentioned that he got a massive reaction. They really loved him.
He was the IWTV champion before Yuta was.
Okay.
And Yuta took the belt off him. So just a little background with him. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really
Lee
excited.
is from Pittsburgh. There you go. Brad confirmed. So there you go. Pittsburgh guy. Any town you go to, they're gonna get a big reaction no matter where you're from. But yeah, I thought the opening contest was great. It was exciting. It was such a good man. I mentioned it too in the chat we were watching it. I'm like, Christian, you think about it, this was like basically almost a 25 to 30 minute match. If you count the 5 minutes out of the entrances off, this match ended at like between 22 and 25. I'm like, for Christian to do this at his age and against Kenny Omega and still produce an insane match.
So hot.
Christian, are you? He's got that hot dad look. Is that what you're going for?
He's not that much older than me.
I mean, if Tiffany, the next AEW event you go to, you might as well sign up for that meet and greet.
Listen, I will.
Yeah.
I will. Like, ooh, maybe we can get him to do another like an entrance for us to do for the old podcast.
Yeah, this was so good. But this match was so good, and like you seen. Also, and I'm not just gonna be a mark for Kenny Omega here. You guys see the Kenny Omega doll back there. I am a huge mark for Kenny Omega and Christian. Like this was an all Canadian matchup. I was losing my shit for that, but Kenny Omega, this proves again why he's the best in the world, because he can have a great match in any kind of form. Like Christian's not the big high flyer, like the big Pac or Andrade, you know, like that people want to see Kenny face. Like he's, oh my god, I just read that in the live chat, but. Yeah, but it was such a good match. I can't even continue because of that comment. Do I even read it on air? Yeah, I'll read it. Well, let's go live. Tiff is going to meet Christian and call him DILF, which you guys can decipher for yourselves what DILF stands for, because if you know the other one, then
What about the husband list?
Oh, he's on there. I mean that list
Yeah,
again.
he's on there.
The
list.
The
The
list.
list.
Yeah.
The list.
But that was a cool way to end the match too. Like Kenny with the chair and the Young Bucks. Yo, what were the Young Bucks wearing? Was Nick wearing a banana? Was that a banana shirt? Was that old bananas on there? What was up with that? Their heel fashion has been off the chart.
I like it. All of it. All of it. It's been great. The DILFs list. Make many lists. They have many lists.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a DILF AEP shirt.
Now we need a DILF list now. Like I have a stepson list. I have a list of husband list. I have a cougar list.
Anywho, Rihu. Speaking of Rihu, she's due to be back soon, I guess I read. That was the one thing. That's cool. And Emi Sakura is on her way too. So yeah, a lot of Joshis are coming back.
Good.
But yeah, the ending of this match, the unprettier or the kill switch on the chair, it was such a cool moment, and like the celebration backstage, and this makes me think, Tiff, like, are they still gonna go ahead with this match at All Out?
Yes.
Because we got so much in this match. What else are they gonna give us?
Well, because they're gonna go for the AEW title. That's why.
But
that's
like,
next.
that's fine. But like, so we're gonna get the exact same match?
It's gonna be good. It doesn't matter. Don't underestimate like a second match for it.
I can understand why it could be another match. That's fine, and it would be fine because we know the pay-per-view regardless is going to be overshadowed by CM Punk, because that's going to be that's going to be his first match back, and it's going to be that match is going to be the match everyone is going to be looking forward to. It doesn't matter what match they put on the card. They've just added Andrade and Pac, which is probably going to be the match of the night. Doesn't matter. Punk's match is going to be overshadowed by any match you put on that card.
Like,
so,
do you think we're guaranteed that, or you think? I mean, it looks like we're gonna have him show up next week, but if not, if he shows up at All Out, then he's not gonna have a match.
He'll show up. 100%. Dude, he
Oh,
can. He's got to wrestle in Chicago. He's got to.
What happens if they throw him as a three-way into it?
They're teasing Harvey with this Darby thing. I think it's gonna be Darby. It's either gonna be Darby or what I predicted on yesterday's show. MJF beats Jericho on next Wednesday. Then he goes to Rampage and claims that he is the best in the world because he defeated Jericho. And then they swerve everybody. They think that he's going to come after Darby, and then he comes out to MJF instead. But either way, if Kenny Omega has this match at All Out with Christian, that's fine, because that if they're having this second, like, no one's going to be you know what I mean? I'm not trying to knock it down. No one's going to be as invested in it because of the overshadow of CM Punk, and that's okay.
Right.
I think if they are going to, I would book it as a double title match. He puts his newly won Impact title up for grabs, because Kenny's going to be pissed and wants his belts back. And then Kenny will put his world title up for grabs, and it's going to be for both belts. And
then you think Kenny's going to take it all back?
I don't know. It's all going to depend on tomorrow's match with Andrade.
Nah, man.
We'll see. No, because if he beats Andrade tomorrow, then he will. 100%. He'll get his titles back. But if Andrade beats him tomorrow, there's no way. Then they're going to do something else. They might just do just for the AEW title, and Kenny will still win that because, you know, obviously the story is with Kenny and Hangman.
It has to be that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to happen. Like,
no, I never said he's going to lose the world title.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know. I can see Cage going with it, like going forward with like not putting it up, but I could see that too, but
I'm curious though to see how he goes to Impact, because he's going to be on showing up at Impact now.
But that doesn't mean they show up over there. Maybe somebody comes over and takes the belt off of him.
I think we're going to see Christian in some Impact matches coming up.
I mean, I'm for that too.
Yeah, because they're about to do some new taping. So
from Impact over to AEW.
And I'd love to see more of that. I mean, we saw was Deanna's like she says that she wants to come defend the Impact, like she wants to defend the Knockouts belt on AEW TV. Like Deanna, by all means, get over here.
Put it on freaking Rampage then. That's how you get more people to start watching Rampage.
That's what I'm excited for Rampage too. Like we're about to see some more storylines, right? Like that they can't all fit on Impact Dynamite. You know what I mean? So
we'll see.
Yeah, Impact's taping this weekend. There you go. Anyways, I you know what sucks? We can't see the match tomorrow. We have to watch the replay. We can't watch it live because there's some lawsuit that AAA can't be streamed in the United States. Apparently, there's some lawsuit happening, and that's why they can't stream over here. So everyone's gonna have to wait until Sunday to see this damn match. Or if there's some weird way to watch it, guys, if you guys are watching this right now and you know a way you're gonna be watching tomorrow, please DM me. Please get in my DMs and tell me, because I'm gonna be losing my shit and trying to stay away from Twitter to not see any spoilers about AAA tomorrow. So that's all I'm saying. Because I want to see this match because that match is going to be insane. Can you imagine Kenny? So you got to think, Kenny literally had to, after this match, get to the back, get changed, and go right to the airport to fly to Mexico. Andrade's probably already there. Andrade probably flew Wednesday.
Okay.
So, anyways.
I don't think it's that far, though.
No, it's not that far, but like you know what I mean. Like you got to fly, then you got to sleep and get rested and all that stuff. Anyways.
Oh, Bill, you
Oh, he does it. Okay, Bill. Thank you, brother Bill. Thank you, brother Bill.
So back to
Miro and Fuego.
Wait! I like the little celebration that they have with Mark Henry in the back, with Christian Cage. You have Jurassic
And randomly Orange Cassidy just sitting there.
Like, what was up with that? I was like, okay, Orange Cassidy's back there.
That's what I said earlier. I'm like, why was he there?
He went from the front to the back. Like, okay.
I thought he was gonna like come in, like step in front of Christian and like look at the belts and like, oh, they're gonna drag Orange Cassidy to Impact. That would be a way to get some eyes on Impact. I don't know. It was unless that's foreshadowing. You never know. Fuego and Miro's match. I loved how they even did a package for Fuego.
Yeah.
Like we all knew that Fuego wasn't gonna win. They did a really good job because like someone in the chat mentioned it earlier. Like they started off with Rampage, like anything could happen on Rampage. Christian just beat Kenny Omega for the Impact belt. So you follow it up with Miro and Fuego. It's like maybe anything happened. Maybe Fuego can beat Miro. And they did a really good job in the beginning of the match by creating that. But we all knew Miro was going to eat him for breakfast. Ends up doing that. Really like feel good moment after. Sammy Guevara comes out with TK. They give him the contract. And then he's all elite. I saw the graphic before it went on air. Good for Fuego.
Yeah, like pit right there. I was like, oh,
good for him.
It was like poor. Oh wait, yay!
It's I don't want to be. I'm not trying to knock him down. Anyone as a Fuego fan, sure. I'm not knocking you down, but it's a guy you're just filling in for Rampage. You're throwing into a Rampage fold. Fuego's 1 in 50. I can't see this guy being anything to what he is. He's got to seriously convince me otherwise.
Well, AEW is very good that way anyway.
Yeah.
They're very good at getting you very
I hope so.
hyped.
I really hope so. And then they had like a little like interview with like Red Velvet with Mark Henry. What did you think of that? I know they wanted to make that more sports feel. They want like Rampage to feel sports. Yeah. Sports feel as well.
I mean, I could have did without it.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I was already like hyped for the match, but they had to kill time, I figure, because like we were talking about that yesterday. Is like Britt gonna be okay with her arm and everything? So obviously, the more time that they kill, the less that it was gonna be for the match. But oh my god, can we talk about the fact that I mean, it's great. Red Velvet, like the booze, like right away off the bat. It was like, and I know, like, okay, we're in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
You
Sorry,
know, but
Isaac in the
still,
live
like,
chat. I'm getting
no.
ripped on in the live chat right now because of what I said about Fuego.
Yeah, you should know better.
I'm sorry. I am not. Apparently, I'm being told that someone hopes that Abaddon kisses me in my sleep. If I ever wake up and see Abaddon, I'll instantly die. I'll have an instant heart attack, and yeah.
You have it in your Twitter profile that you're like, Abaddon scares me.
Since day one, it's been there. It's always the truth.
I love it.
But yeah.
Queen of NE is in the chat. What's up?
Bonjour. But it's the main event. I'm glad they main evented with Britt. Brits. And speaking of Queen of NE, popping in at the right moment because I was literally about to bring up wrestling fashion. Britt's gear was fire.
Stop.
What'd you say? Say that again.
The makeup.
Oh yes.
Gorgeous.
The makeup.
Gorgeous.
She's always good with her makeup. She's like really on point with her eye makeup too. Like she's like
It's AEW Glam Team, man.
Yeah.
Like if you follow them like on Instagram, they're always posting like photos and videos and all that stuff of how they do everybody's makeup. It's gorgeous.
yeah.
Oh,
And
always
like
on
her gear was like the Steelers oriented of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the Steelers.
And the crowd was extremely the crowd was so that reaction she got was legendary. And she's just going to get as good as a reaction no matter where she goes. Like obviously this is going to be more. It's never going to get louder than this unless she's in Pittsburgh. But wherever she goes now, she's been getting this this type of reaction. It's crazy how great she is with her the reaction she's getting, and it's just so good. This is so good.
And I love that, you can cheer the heels.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And they don't bury you in your hometown. Would you look at that?
Yes.
That can be done in wrestling.
Can we buy some towels? I think we need to buy some towels.
No, it's your hometown, pal. You're gonna take the pin. Listen, pal, it's good shit. I'm telling you. But yeah, the towel. I want a Brit towel. The DMD towels were cool.
I want one.
Not a Steelers fan, but I'd rock it. Put it somewhere back here. Anywho, yeah, match was alright.
Come until because he's got his SummerSlam thing going on.
I don't even know if Adam Cole's gonna come. Like, who knows at this point?
Listen, I'm all for it. Again, like I said, the BTE bits. That's what I'm here for.
I mean, it's all what he wants, though. You know what I mean? Like, he can look at AEW and goes, okay. Like Adam Cole is a big star. He knows he's a big star. He'll look at AEW and be like, can I be this big of a star in AEW right now because of all the talent that we have here? Or do I stay in WWE? They said they've liked me. He had a meeting with Vince. Weird reports out of that meeting saying that they're not going to push him as big as he thought he was going to get pushed. Does he take the chance of maybe eventually getting that push and staying there? Does he maybe want to just stay in NXT and just keep doing NASA? But I mean, they're doing the revamp of NXT, so who knows? It's all gonna it's a wait and see thing with Adam. You know what I mean? Like we'll see. Well, honestly, we'll see. I mean, shouts to Britt. She did pull off Adam's signature move at one point in the match. I caught that right away. They always like paying homage to each other. They're such a cute couple. Such a cute couple.
Yeah.
But this match was good. I mean, Red Velvet, I'm gonna give her props too. Like she knew she's gonna get like nuclear heat going into this, and she
played into it.
Yeah, she played it well.
I mean, me and Bill were talking about it. We were saying like as like her being a heel. I mean, I could see it. I'm for it.
Yeah.
But
this was just for this week. Yeah. She'll start getting cheered again once she starts having other matches and stuff. And then they had Statlander attack Britt after or save Red Velvet after the match. So I'm assuming they're going in that direction. Maybe that's the all-out match. I really thought it was going to be Thunder Rosa.
I mean, I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm totally.
I can't see Statlander beating Britt. I'm sorry. That's not believable at this point. Statlander really hasn't done that much for me to believe that. And especially we're only a couple of weeks away.
Well, it's a new feud, at least, right?
So maybe they're saving the Thunder Rosa thing. But then Jamie Hayter.
Yes.
I was like, man, I didn't know who it was at first. I'm like, I did the whole like big squint thing going, I'm waiting for the announcer to say something.
I did the same thing. I was like, what the hell?
And then it said
For some
Jamie Hayter. I'm like, no.
She's been working out like crazy, because if you follow her on social and stuff, like she's been really
Dude,
killing it.
she looks great.
Good.
And I'm not saying she didn't look great before. I'm just saying good for her for doing the work. And man,
Do the work.
wow, that was that was out of left field. No one could have ever predicted that. No one.
It is official. They just put it out on AEW. Welcome to the team, Jamie Hayter. So it's
Good
official.
for her, man. Because I remember the last time we saw her was literally in the beginning of Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
Like the first couple of months. I remember she faced off did she face, was it Sheeta? It was somebody.
I love the black and the blonde hair. She just
when it was split in the middle, when she had half orange and half black. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember watching her. I remember I was talking in the podcast and I was like, I like this Jamie Hayter girl. Like I thought she came out and like played her part like to a T, and she had a really good match, and I was really excited. And man, okay, welcome back. Hey,
I thought it was Masha. Yeah. For a second, like I was like, what's her name? Sean Spears' wife. I thought for a second.
Oh,
and then,
Cassie.
Yeah, and then it's like, is that Masha? That was like my instant thought.
I thought Deanna. To be honest, when the first image, when you see that when she's in the hat, I'm like, is that Deanna? Is that Deanna? But you know what? Interesting. So I wonder if this is the beginning of her stable, because there are rumors that she's building a stable, that they want to have Britt build the first big stable for the women's division. If Jamie Hayter as the bodyguard, this is the bodyguard she's been mentioning, which is great. You add a couple of more women. Okay. We'll see where this goes.
Masha would be great.
Mm-hmm. Deanna's in Mexico. Okay.
Yeah. Masha trained in Stardom.
Okay. So I'm very interested.
Oof. It was good. I'm very glad. It was a good episode.
And you know what? Like it was only an hour, but for me it felt a little bit longer an hour, but I didn't feel like, I know it's late because it's 10 o'clock and I've had a long day, so I was naturally tired, but like watching, I didn't mind.
I was on like edge of the couch for a while with a lot of it.
You know what was cool for me though, Tiff? I got to experience something that y'all don't experience, that I never experienced. You guys were watching on TNT. You guys had your TV, your picture-in-pictures. Yeah. TSN did not have it on their regular TSNs tonight, so I had to watch it from their website. No commercials. Oh, there was like the regular commercial, but we didn't have like regular. It was just showing the Rampage logo blown up. But like we had no picture-in-picture throughout the whole night, but we could hear the announcers going, "We'll be right back on picture-in-picture," and then like it stayed in the match. I'm like, all right. I never got to experience this. People on Fight TV experience this all the time, but I don't get to see this shit. So I got to see it. So I was hyped. I was like, okay, thank you. I can boo in the chat. Boo you. Boo Wendy Tershberger. Boo. Boo. Boo Wendy. Boo. South Park reference. But yeah, I was excited. I'm excited for Rampage. You know what I mean? I think this is good. Yeah. It's good.
As long as they keep it up like that, it don't give you like boring matches. I'm for it. And I think an hour is perfect for wrestling.
Obviously, they're going to be hyping it up the first couple of weeks just to get people's interest. But I think eventually we're going to see the transition into people. We only see people on Dynamite, and we're only see some people on Rampage.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for next week. Next week's going to be the biggest. Literally, it's the biggest crowd AEW's ever had next week.
Yeah, I know our friend Metal's going over there, so he's excited. How did you guys enjoy the commentary team? What do you think? I mean, I love Jericho on commentary. I can keep him there.
Oh my god.
I get entertained by him.
Just give me 3.
Makes me laugh.
4 was a little bit too much.
4 is a little bit much. I mean, I like Jericho on there.
Jericho, Taz, and Excalibur, because Taz and Excalibur are hilarious on Dark. They need to bring that comedy into Rampage, because everyone, whenever people talk about Dark, they always mention Taz and Excalibur are hilarious. They're the best on Dark. Bring that comedy into Rampage. Keep Jericho there because he's always loud. He's witty. He's very witty. So that makes for a good third commentator. Mark can be like the backstage interview guy. You know what I mean? Or maybe if they did, 1 week they had Jericho. Next week, they switch it with Mark Henry.
But I agree. I think Bill's right. Henry as an interviewer is good. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but keep it to 3. 4 is way too. It's too crowded. I used to complain about that when I was watching WWE too. Whenever they had like more than 2 or more than 3, I'm like, this is just no, stop it. It's dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the right fit too.
Mm-hmm. And Jericho's not going to be able to be there every week too. We got to remember that too. So, I think they probably will go to 3. It'll probably be Mark, Excalibur, and Taz. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a big episode. So so I understand why they did it. So, and especially for the first match, and Jericho said he went head to head with each of them in the beginning too. So I feel like, it is a special way, a familiar voice if somebody's new coming in watching AEW for the first time as well.
Yeah. You know what? I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it. Yep. Can't wait for Dynamite next week. Dynamite's going to be a big episode. We got Rampage, big episode next week in Chicago, the United Center. And other than that, guys, again, like I said, we're going to be on Sundays from now on, not this Sunday, the following Sundays when we'll get the next All Elite podcast. So that way we can cover everything from starting this Monday all the way till Saturday. Sunday, no. Yeah. Well, Saturday, yeah, Sunday, technically. Cover you'll get your whole week's worth in one night. And it'll be on the podcast here every Sunday night.
And for the days that I'm not gonna be there, because there'll be a few days that I won't be there because I'll be in Indie land.
This is why we call her this is why she is the queen of the Indies, folks. She literally is the queen of the Indies.
Yeah, usually sometimes there are a couple of dates that I'm not gonna be around because I'm going to be covering H2O probably. So there are a few dates. So either Kimmy or Bill will probably take my place for those dates. But I'm here. And I thought we were going to stay on at 12 o'clock so we can ring in my birthday.
So in 20 minutes, guys, it is Tiffany's birthday, but we're not going to sit here. And like I said at yesterday's podcast, I'm like, well, how about we just look at the camera for 20 minutes? No. But yeah. So guys, yeah, it is Tiffany's birthday in 20 minutes. Make sure you wish her a happy birthday. Tweet at her on Twitter. She's going to get the balloons. She's going to get the exploding balloons on her profile, as everyone gets.
Exploding balloons.
Yeah.
They should be filled with light tubes.
You should tweet that. You should screenshot it and be like, why aren't these light tubes? and tag Twitter. Like at Twitter, what the fuck, dude?
We should be able to pick up we should be able to pick what we want to be like, exploding on your Twitter profile or whatever. But it is Mick's birthday.
Oh, there he is.
You guys can see him. He's sleeping.
Actually, you just reminded me. So, y'all in the YouTube chat are gonna have fun. I'm gonna get them done by the next podcast. I'm gonna look them in. Apparently, YouTube has emotes. Apparently, you can do emotes. So I'm gonna get some custom All Elite podcast emotes done for the YouTube chat. So for you guys watching on YouTube Live, you guys will have some fun with those. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of me and Tiff coming back and talking about Rampage. Again, that was a double podcast this week. This was officially, Tiff, episode 150. We have done...
Celebrate every episode. Remember we used to do that?
I know. This is like, I remember we were joking. We used to say, oh, this is our 7th anniversary episode. And you know what I mean? Like, it's a double one today because we got 150 episode celebration today and your birthday. So we're doing that on your birthday. But guys, 150 episodes and more to come. And we're so excited to keep going.
It's nuts. And for the Patreon that me and Kyle did, there was a...
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So sorry to you patrons out there. We ran into a blip. So we do have a Patreon, the No Holds Barred Network, if you didn't know. Little as $1 a month sports network. You guys get a cool, fun show on there called The Free For All, which me and Tiff do. We do some episodes where we're just talking freely. Another side, you see another side of ourselves. We're kind of just hanging out and talking about pop culture things and whatnot. And we do like snack crate editions where we did Monaco. We recorded one yesterday. We did, it's not Monaco, Morocco. I guess I made the mistake of playing a 90s playlist, and I didn't know because I thought unlisted YouTube videos would be okay. Apparently not. It got blocked, and it won't let us show it. So now I'm trying to figure out a way to get it done. I might have to you patrons out there, I might have to upload it to a Google Drive and then send you all the link. So make sure you guys I'll make a post about it on the Patreon with the Google link in the post for you guys to click and watch. So I do apologize for that, but from now on we're gonna have to do some royalty-free music or have Darren's music playing. Yeah, I am tired. I apologize to anyone listening on the audio or watching me right now. It's been a long ass day for me today. Like I worked. I did a stream team event after. I just pooped. Usually I'm a little more peppy, but I'm trying. But yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll get the Google link out to you guys tomorrow or sometime this weekend. But again, we're back August 22nd, live here on YouTube. Thank you all to have watched live, who are watching back, who are downloading the episode, the audio versions. You guys are all my favorite. Thank you so much for all the continued support you guys give to myself and Tiff on this network, and especially this podcast. It is your support that keeps me and Tiff going each and every single week, and we're always extremely humble for all your support. Whether you're just chatting in the chat, you're tweeting at us, you're liking the post, anything like that is all much appreciated on our side. So we want to thank you guys each and every single week here on the podcast. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Episode 150. Here's 200 more or 150 more, and however long we do this podcast for. But my name is Kyle Masters. I'm your self-proclaimed greatest host. I am, let me pull up my tattoo. Oh, all the way. Now it's pretty gross looking. Your Canadian prince, Kyle Masters, and I'm always joined by my co-host who will hold up the list for me. The Lady of the Light Tubes, the EVP Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, and especially the Queen of the Indies herself. That's Tiffany. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't have Kenny queued up, so I'm just going to hit right to the intro today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys back on the 22nd for the next edition of the All Elite Podcast. Take it easy. We love you. Stay safe. Take care.
Me, I'm self-fulfilling prophecies. Fight for what I just can't keep. Times justify